All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming to my office hours. Tonight is November 6th, 2025. Uh, let's get started on this. I've got tons of news. So also, of course, you know me. Please connect with me. It's all about our relationships, human relationships, not AI relationships. So I just throw this out there. You all know this. I've drilled it into your heads. The marginal cost of cognition and creativity is dropping to $0. And tonight we've got even more news about evidence to prove this to be true. Also, I do teach a class at the School of Visual Arts, so I'm just going to put this out there. It's called AI for Creatives, Strategies for Success. This is the current semester. But if you know anyone, creatives or otherwise, who are interested in learning more about how AI works and artificial intelligence and some strategies for success, I would love for you guys to pass the word and spread the news. Um, I actually feel like I've put a couple things out here. So let me get into this. I feel like where's my, oh, here it is. I just need to make this announcement. Uh, uh, this was just published at Cal Lutheran University, the School of Management in their MBA program, the Entrepreneurs in Residence, Executives in Residence. I've just been named an Entrepreneur in Residence. I will be teaching a class on how to go from idea to a proof of concept or a minimum viable product starting next semester. I will be working with Kelly Kimball, who is a good dear friend of mine. He is the one who recommended me for this position. So Kelly, if you're watching this, dude, thank you. I love you. I'm completely humbled and I'm insanely grateful for this opportunity. So, and I'll be teaching MBA students at Cal Lutheran. So it'll be all on Zoom remotely. Uh, anyway, right into the news. So, Apple to pay Google $1 billion per year for Siri's custom Gemini AI model. Thank you for putting that into the chat, John Gata. Thank you, sir. YouTube's likeness. This is one of the things that I think is really, really important. YouTube just announced, or recently announced, a likeness detection on YouTube. So if somebody is stealing your identity, you can get flagged. I have not played with this. I've not looked at how this works, but managing your facial likeness with likeness detection, this is really important. So my understanding, and I'm not going to show the video. I'll send a link for everyone here. This is the video that I found when I was upload. They were doing this for creators. And this is important. I think we need to take a look at this and make sure that every platform does something like this, so that if somebody's doing a deep fake, it's going to get flagged. So I think that this kind of protection, both from an intellectual property perspective and a personal a safety perspective, is really freaking important. So, review and take action on potential use of your likeness. This is really important. So we should, at some point, do a deep dive and really figure out how that works. In other news, I'm going to be saying that all night. You can see the number of tabs I have. ASCAP, BMI, and SOCAN have announced an alignment on artificial intelligence registration policies. So they've announced that they have adopted policies to accept registrations of musical compositions partially generated using artificial intelligence tools. These works can now be registered directly with the individual societies. So this is really important. It means that you as a musician or a song creator can use AI partially. The question is how much, and I'm sure it's going to depend. This is from BMI's website, BMI and AI, What Music Creators Need to Know. They're an unwavering advocate on behalf of our creative community. Thank you. We really appreciate that. They're the ones who make all of the money, apparently. So BMI now accepts partially AI-generated works for registration. You must disclose it. I believe that there's some significant overlap here with what the United States Copyright Office is allowing, but human created without generative AI, human created AI assisted, human created partially AI generated, and prompt only or fully AI generated would not be covered. So great. I love to see this. It means that technology companies and businesses and coalitions and standards bodies are starting to figure out how to make this all work. So one of the things that I did notice down here, so are prompt only AI generated musical works copyrightable? No. Okay, this we've discussed in class and before. Yeah, that makes sense. Can I register partially AI generated works with BMI? Yes, you can. Um, are there any guidelines? How much we follow the well-established existing U.S. Copyright Office standard for human authorship, as long as the composition isn't solely created with AI prompts and there is a blend of AI and human creativity, whether it's the melody, lyrics, or music, it can be registered with BMI and is considered fully payable. So that's really good. Where I think they might, this is an opinion. Does training AI models on copyrighted music without permission qualify as fair use? Their argument is no. The courts are leaning yes. It's not been decided, it's not firm, but there have been several judgments that have clearly stated training an AI model, not using the model, but training the model is completely and totally quintessentially transformative. And those are the words from the judge, quintessentially transformative. So I think they might have gotten it a little bit wrong here. It's easily updatable to fix that section on their website when the laws finally change. Epoch AI, open weight models lag state of the art by around 3 months on average. This is another indicator that we need to be well aware of in terms of these state of the art foundation models, the closed weights, and then the open weight models. 3 months on average is what a free model that you could download, open weights, run it on your own personal computer, your own personal cloud, your own personal equipment. Now, many of these things require, a $50,000 computer to run, but the fact that you could buy the computer and run one of these open models in your organization for your project, and it's all secure, you're not paying tokens to OpenAI or Google or Anthropic, you're running it on your own system, or you can pay Google, you can pay another company or Amazon to host your servers, and you're just paying for compute at that point. Kevin, you got your question, you got your hand up.
Yeah, so we have this the model's downloaded, right? And it's running. How does it get updated with
You
new
don't.
information?
You don't.
Okay, so
That's a great
once
question.
it's in, and it's boom, it's there, and then
That's right. Remember, a model itself is trained. Today, the large language models and even these multimodal models, diffusion models, they are trained and fixed in time. So they part of the model specification cards oftentimes will tell you when the knowledge cutoff date is. That means that up until this date, that's what's in the training data. So if something happened afterwards and you ask just the raw large language model about something new, recent, it's not going to have any idea. And depending on the model, it might actually hallucinate and might tell you something that's completely wrong.
so it's an island once you download it.
Yes,
Okay,
today.
okay.
What you're just the question then is, well, wait a second, how does it learn new stuff? It has to go through a completely new training. So updating the weights and biases of the deep neural network requires a completely new training run. That's how new data could be incorporated into the brain, into the weights and biases of the trained model. And we also have other technologies that we talked about called retrieval augmented generation, RAG. So, hey, and agentic pipelines that give it the ability to do a search. So imagine I have an LLM in an agentic universe, and RAG, it can access a database or a tool that it could go do a search and get new information that it could then respond to your query, to your conversation with current information, with current events.
So you might have to have updates occasionally.
But
I'm
and yes,
thinking
you
it
do.
as like a software update, but it's not. But it's
It's not a software update. It's a complete download of a new model. It's a
a
new
new.
file.
You have to you'd have to pay for a new model to be brought in.
Well,
Yeah.
again, these are free. So
Oh,
you're
these
not
are
paying.
free.
These are open weight models. These are free. You can download them off of Hugging Face or all sorts of other tools.
How do these people make money if they're training these models and
Well, that's a good question. A couple of these things are from Meta. So Mark Zuckerberg makes money through complimentary. The others are funded. I don't remember how Mixtral's funded, but DeepSeek is China.
okay.
So there's a competitive landscape, a global competitive landscape here. I think the Chinese strategy would be, hey, if we can offer it for free, that's as good as the commercially, stuff that the West is charging money for, they might win, right?
Hmm.
So,
Okay. All right.
yeah,
I'm done
but
hijacking. Go
no,
ahead.
no worries. It's a good question. It's important. That's why we're all here. Okay, so if you're interested, this is probably not for most of the people on this call, but maybe somebody watching on YouTube. The Small Training Playbook: The Secrets to Building World-Class LLMs. I have to read. So just one more YOLO run. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting read for me. reading time 2 to 4 days. So how to build an LLM. I think this is a fantastic tutorial. Um, there goes my weekend. Um, in other news, Google research exploring we've talked about this a couple times in the past, exploring a space-based scalable AI infrastructure system design. I'm like, yeah, why not put all of our compute in outer space where so it's just a satellite, it's lights out management, it's the compute's in the cloud, literally in the cloud now. I think it's a great idea. Um, Project Suncatcher. Thank you for brilliant people and Elon Musk and other smart, wealthy companies thinking about how do we do this. All right. In some other headline news, wiki TikTok.versal.app. Yeah, free cooling and great solar. I think that's the idea. Uh, we'll see how that plays out, Benjamin. Okay. I don't know where I don't know where I saw this, but it was like, okay, this is really cool. So let me unmute this.
In 1872, making pram wheels, gender and road mergers and war, retooling for hospitals, and today it builds.
So somebody
That's red-eye gravy, coffee, grease, and a hangover's best friend.
somebody took Wikipedia articles and threw them into Sora, and then you get this. I can't say this nicely. I'm going to say this nicely. Highly addictive Wikipedia videos. I think this is just fantastic. So if you are like, instead of doom scrolling Instagram or TikTok, you're now actually looking at Wikipedia pages. So kudos to whoever came up with this. This is utterly genius. Like this is like the creative transformation effect stuff that I want everybody to start thinking about. I have no idea how they monetize this, but I just thought this was brilliant. AWS and OpenAI announced a multi-year strategic partnership. They will enable AI to run its advanced AI workloads on AWS. So this is really helpful to help increase the bubble of investment that we're experiencing. Here's the story of a remarkable independent treatment suggestion by GPT-5 Pro, repurposing a known drug for patients with food protein induced. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I'm not going to try. But AI being used to help diagnose and come up with other treatments, really important that we keep an eye on this stuff. Actually, I think I have another post in a little while about the Wikipedia one. Yeah, hold on a second, Jerome. Let me come back. This one, is this the one you were asking about? Yeah. Put this in the Zoom chat for folks.
Yes.
Again, just utterly genius to create something like this. That blew me away. It's highly addictive. I'm not allowed to play with Sora anymore. I'll never get to the article on LLMs if I even open Sora at this point. Stability AI largely wins the court battle against Getty Images over copyright and trademark. This was their British in the UK lawsuit. Where I think I highlighted, yeah, according to the judge's ruling released on Tuesday, Getty narrowly won its argument that Stability had infringed its trademark, but lost its claim for secondary infringement of copyright. And again, you've heard me talk about copyright. It is my belief that training a large language model or a diffusion model of any deep neural network on a massive corpus of data, like everything we're talking about in the universe of generative AI, is quintessentially transformative. It is fair use because what you're making doesn't represent anything from the training data. It is literally a file that exists on a computer somewhere that shows the weights and biases of the trained neural network. It understands the statistical patterns in all of the training data. So that's transformative, and I'm glad to see this, even though apparently both sides were claiming winning. So yeah, I guess that would normally happen. So yeah, Stable Diffusion's AI didn't infringe copyright because it didn't store. It didn't store or reproduce any copyright works and has never done so. I feel like that was somewhere lower in here. I had my notes. I forget. Oh, here we go. Smith dismissed Getty's argument, saying that Stable Diffusion's AI didn't infringe copyright because it didn't store or reproduce any copyrighted works and has never done so. So part of the process of training is here's the data, it's somewhere, I'm going to read the URL, I'm going to immediately send it into my training pipeline, and I'm never storing it on my servers or on my equipment anywhere. So that's one of the ways to train models. Wall Street Journal, Google's first AI ad avoids the uncanny valley by casting a turkey. I want to show this.
This is Tom. Work has been weird lately. He's got to fly the coop, and fast. Luckily,
All right, I got to pause it because I'm going to post this on YouTube and I don't want to get a copyright strike. So hopefully this won't be a problem, but I'll put this into the Zoom chat so folks can watch it later. AI commercials, this is the way. It's taken us a couple of years for businesses to start to finally get comfortable with this. We're going to see more of this exponentially. Blind weave, subject consistent video generation via cross-modal integration. Where was this? Diffusion Transformer has shown remarkable abilities in generating high fidelity videos. More of this. So single human to video. So it's a photograph and we get whatever's in the prompt. This is impressive. I mean, again, I have a moral problem with using real people without their consent. That's not okay in my mind. Multi-human to video. This is, by the way, one of the consistency problems that we keep seeing. I think LTX Studio, who's new, their LTX2 model struggles with multiple people. I think I have a slide on their latest model and guidelines. Human entity to video. So this is, again, keep an eye on these new code bases, these new technologies. This is also coming out of ByteDance out of China. They are just kicking butt, I got to tell you. Bindweave, a subject consistent video generation via cross-modal integration. So here's the code in the model. You can download it, I should say. LTX2. Oh, this is what I do want to. I did have a slide for this. Let me copy and paste this into the Zoom chat. This, for the creatives in the room, you're going to want to play with this. Prompting guide for LTX2, master prompting for their latest model. They talk about what works, what doesn't work, what to avoid. Internal states, text and logos, complex physics or chaotic motion, scene complexity overload, inconsistent lighting, logic, and overcomplicated prompts. So the more actions, characters, instructions you add, the higher the chance some of them won't be seen in the output. And I think several of you who've played with LTX2 are in fact experiencing exactly that. But still one of the top state-of-the-art models for video generation. They've now given us a prompting guide. Gemini, because you got to keep an eye on what's happening. November 4th, this was just announced, the following models will be deprecated. On average, when models are deprecated, that means something new is coming out. So look for Gemini 3.0. I think there's a lot of rumors about that. But if the 2.5 Flash is going to be deprecated and Gemini 2.5 Pro preview on December 2nd, less than a month, wait. So they're getting rid of the previews. That means they're going to replace the previews with another preview. So I've got my fingers crossed for Gemini 3. Skyreels.ai, another platform, another studio, another tool for us to use. Harness leading AI models, so they're aggregating specialized templates and agents. Again, templates that make your life easier. Full suite of creative tools, all in a single intuitive drag and drop canvas. So that wiring canvas that everyone is always interested in, the Comfy UI, the Nuke compositing, the Weavy, the Flowith, there's the Flowwise, like there's just dozens of them. So we have yet another one. I mean, actually, I think this button gets us to the drag and drop. This really reminds me of Flowwise and Weavy. Doesn't Weavy look like this, Kevin? I feel like Weavy's got the similar layout for some of it. So again, aggregator, lots of different templates. We'll have to take a look at this and see how they.
Yeah, I haven't played with that. Sky, it's
This is brand new. I just saw it.
Okay. Yeah, it's node based.
I think so. I couldn't tell.
Okay. For me, node based is the benchmark.
That's your benchmark. Yeah.
It's just like because I've that's what I used Flame, for I don't know 25 years.
3 years. Yeah. That's just deep entrenched trauma.
It's in my head. So
yep. It works. Yeah, so take a look at Skyreels. Actually, I'll put this into the Zoom chat so everyone has this as well. Take a look at Skyreels. Let me know if this is worth doing. I did look. I think that the company's out of Singapore. So if that is an issue for any privacy or intellectual property issues, just keep that in mind. I believe they're out of Singapore. Having lived in Singapore, I'm okay with Singapore. I love Singapore. Arena expert in occupational categories. Okay, so LM Arena, the company that makes the metrics to test the latest models, and they have a leaderboard. They added to their leaderboard for Arena Expert. So they are new expert leaderboard category on their system. Occupational categories, which is really something that we need to be paying attention to, because this is the replacement effects, the augmentation effects that keeping an eye on this is going to be important for us to see how far they get. So all these different categories, and I think I have it up here. Yeah. So if you go to their LM Arena leaderboard, and like, I mean, right now I'm in text mode, but expert is the general, and you're seeing how the ratings of these models. But if you come in here and you want to look at a specific occupation, so say we're business management and financial ops, reloads, these are the top models. And Quen 3 Max preview, look at that. Like we're in a plus or minus here with this top state-of-the-art models. And Quen 3 Max is basically free. You can use this, on an API. You can, I believe you can download this as well. So scroll down a little bit and we get into some of the free ones. This is new, by the way, Terminus, a few months. So it's all there. Good stuff. Arena Expert 5. Oh, so this was the other thing that they announced. They also released a bunch of prompts, this example prompts in their appendix. And so if you want to learn how people prompt stuff and like, what's here. So again, this is a data set. So Hugging Face has got lots of data sets, and models. Here we go. Let's get into the data studio. Takes a second, but you can again, this is code. This is like in JSON, it's a format, but you can extract from here the actual conversation that was here. Let me see if I can scoot over the full conversation, a bunch of tags and information. So you're looking at the prompt, you're looking at what the AI was given, what happened here. So that's why this stuff is useful to take a look at. So if you're trying to like, okay, I need data on how to prompt this stuff for different domains, this is there's tons of stuff on Hugging Face, but the LM Arena at least gave us that. So very, very valuable for anybody who's going to take the plunge and go down that rabbit hole. Y Combinator, the world's leading accelerator, they just announced yesterday Flick.art. So Figma plus Cursor for AI filmmaking is their AI filmmaking tool for anyone who cares about aesthetics, control, and flexibility. This is their tagline. This looks like it's going to be worth playing with. This is going to be some competition for the LTX Studio and the Weevies, and you can see this wiring stuff. I know Kevin, you're drooling over this, I'm sure. Studio plus Perplexity for film scenes. I mean, yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. Connect Hollywood. John Rosenberg is a Hollywood filmmaker. There you go. Professor at USC Cinema. And a good team, it looks like, that they are funding. So flick.art, this is their website. I'm going to put this into the Zoom chat so everyone can start playing with this platform and report back if this is worthy of our time. But based off of this rather slick website, I'm really impressed. Like Lego for filmmakers. Visual consistency. Wow. Binocular scene. Overhead shot. This works for me. All in one. So they got, again, another model aggregator, including Midjourney. Nice. Published in SIGGRAPH. From style to identity. All AI pipelines for visual and character. I'm going to have to read this. So another platform for us to use. Let's take a look at the pricing. So yeah, oh look, 100 starter credits. So try for free, report back. That's your homework. Standard $20 a month, not bad. I wonder how much what each credit is going to get you in terms of like video time. Again, this is like the big X factor. Depends on the model, I'm sure. So cost. So FluxDev 10 seconds, 6 credits. Okay, it's a good sense of where you are. 60 seconds on Midjourney is 10 credits. Yeah. So 50 seconds on C Dance Lite is 36 credits, yet Sora 2 Pro 6 minutes is up to 1200. Okay. Yeah. Something that we might be switching over to very soon. Verve, make insanely vibey ads with AI. You know me and my transformation effects. No need to hire a human to act in your advertisement anymore. I feel bad for some of them, but not bad for others. So the trick is get on this. Learn how to use these tools. This is the way. So, oh, what was the price? I like looking at prices. $180 per month, 1,000 credits per month, 400 images or 100 videos. Okay, not bad. If you are a business, if you are a brand, forget about the advertising agency. And you just go hire a creative person, you're creating your content with tools like this. So verve.fm, into the Zoom chat you go. Make insanely vibey ads. Last year, Coca-Cola released an AI commercial for holidays.
Holidays are coming, 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 holidays are coming. 'Tis the season, watch out, look around, something's coming, coming to town, something magic in the night. Can you see it shining bright? Always Coca-Cola. Holidays refreshments, what we bring. 'Tis the season, it's always a real thing. Holidays are coming, 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 holidays are coming.
Okay, the flickering is on my end. Okay, I think it's just because my computer's doing too many things. And they did it again this year with AI. Link, please. No, I'm not going to give you the link to this. Why would I do that? Copy, paste, enjoy. They did it with AI. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of freaking out and pushback. Actually, I can already show you. There's tons of it. I know, look, we're going to need to study this to see how they did it. I'm really curious what tools they used, what the cost and the budget was for this, how much time did they spend on it. Coca-Cola's annual Christmas advert is AI generated again this year. The company says they used even fewer people to make it. We need to keep moving forward and pushing the envelope. The genie is out of the bottle and you're not going to put it back in. Yep. And of course, this is disgusting. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. Pay real animators. This is disgusting.
AI is bullshit. Fuck AI.
Yeah, there you go. AI is bullshit. Fuck AI. I mean, I love the AI that did this. Oh, the hypocrisy. The AI slop, cheap Coca-Cola commercial. You will never be 1990s festival. Yeah, okay. So there's going to be pushback, and pay attention to who's pushing back, because that's going to be important. And who's for this. Here's the two commercials side by side. I thought this was really good. If you don't notice a difference in quality between the two, the culmination of over a year of advancements in AI image and video models, you are either blind or ideologically driven. So yeah, this is important to pay attention to. The quality is extensive of what happened this year. So it's only going to get better. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Free pick spaces. They just added a new feature, an infinite canvas, then collaboration. So I thought that was really important for anybody here who's using free pick. Oh, PJ, Ace, he's a top creator. He's commenting on that. That's always nice. Leaks on GPT 5.1 thinking officially confirmed by OpenAI. So somebody found something in some code and I was like, oh, okay, great. GPT 5.1 thinking. It's just going to get better and better, folks. That's all it is, and I'm excited to see it. What was this? Apparently GPT 5.1 or Codex Mini are available or apparently available on OpenRouter.ai. Again, this is the API platform for coders and stuff. But apparently it's under Polaris Alpha. So like, okay, oftentimes companies will release models under a fake name based on your current settings, fill in the content for placeholder only. Okay, whatever. That's not important. So more models, better, faster, cheaper. Chrono edit towards temporal reasoning for image editing in world simulation. So the girl is playing a guitar. Remove the glasses. There's this. Convert the skiing scene into a pixel art illustration. Temporal reasoning and visualization. More tools, more technology. This one's out of NVIDIA. There was the, oh, this was good. Oh, I can't show it. Swirl the blue and yellow paint together in the center to create a green color while the paintbrush dips into a new mixture. What I want to do is I would love to try that simulation without asking for the green color and see if it knew what the color mix was. Mix blue and yellow paint together and see if it actually got the color right. That's something I would want to, that's a world model determination. So methods, good. Math, science, AI. Chrono edit on Hugging Face. Oh, sorry, that's on GitHub. Quen image edit 2509 relight. So somebody did a little LoRa on a relighting tool off of that model. So you're able to change the lighting in a scene. This is a highly sought after feature that would take what, hundreds of thousands of dollars to fix back in the day. You'd have to reshoot the whole scene, and now we can just do it in a prompt. This is super powerful. Anybody who's ignoring this does so at their peril. And you know, like Adobe was showing stuff like this at Adobe Max, yet this here it is for free. Good stuff. I love it. I love seeing it. CBS News, meet the woman behind the chart-topping AI artist Zania Monet. I look at her as a real person. Again, we're going to see more and more of this. These musicians, these creatives, these AI actors and actresses that are creating content that aren't actually people. I'm excited to see how that plays out, especially in advertising. Elements in LTX, a new way to tag, edit, and combine anything in your scene, from characters and props to environments and wardrobe. Everything can now be directed in detail to maintain visual consistency across your images, and they go into explaining how it works on LTX Studio, their new Elements feature. Nice to see. Another platform called Flova.ai. Again, an aggregator, so they're looking at multiple models. They are in waitlist mode, but it just hit my feed, so I don't think I can see anything here, but maybe let's click on Learn. Welcome to Flova. Want to look at their user interface. Doesn't have a wiring, but looks like it's a chat, conversational. Okay, we'll see how it plays out. Another tool. There you go. Quen image 2509 multiple angles. So again, another addition to the Quen image model. This is one of the benefits of having open weight models, that you can make these changes. So top down, low angle, zoomed out, 45, 90-degree rotated views, all from a single image. If you're a film director and you're dealing with the, you know, start frame, end frame pipeline to create a shot, this, and you want a camera move, this is a great way to do it. So, and you can try it there. Google is preparing Nano Banana 2 for the upcoming release. Google prepares GemPix 2 from the Nano Banana lineup with Gemini user interface announcement cards, signaling a launch next week. So we just got Nano Banana 1 and we're about to get Nano Banana 2. I love these rumors. This stuff excites me to no end. This is why we need to learn all the tools. There's no such thing as, oh, I can learn Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator and have a career. We got to learn them all. You got to learn them all. Motion Stream, real-time, long-duration video generation that you can interactively control just by dragging your mouse. All videos here are raw, real-time screen captures without any post-processing. The model runs on a, what is that, a $50,000 computer, an H100 at 29 frames per second and 0.4 second latency. So this is an AI puppet, basically, as far as I'm concerned. I feel like there was, did I have another? I guess I didn't. Where's their product page? I didn't really look at this. Yeah, product page. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Let's see if we can play this or not. It's loading. So you click a spot, click and drag, and then you generate it. That's pretty cool. Looks pretty consistent to me. I'm sure it's got some limitations at that thumbnail size. But you're using a wave as a puppet. What? That's awesome. I mean, that's just it's like playing with a simulation for hours on end. I can't wait till that runs on a laptop. All right, moving on. So this is on replicate model all the face images, sprite grid of the faces, vanilla HTML, JavaScript, and CSS to render the effect of preview video. So again, more of these interactive tools. Face looker. Nice. Comfy UI workflow. They're using Qwen image edit to recreate the process of storyboarding. Good stuff. GoTime Verve.fm. Did I pull this up? Power of generative AI with the taste of world-class art direction. Oh, I showed this already. Sorry, I moved that earlier in the presentation. I like the prompt shared Gemini Nano Banana 2.5 Flash in with the JSON prompting. Beautiful. I feel like I showed this already in a previous week, but it showed up again. Ethereal silhouettes, soft blurry silhouette of an object. Just beautiful stuff. I like seeing the techniques that people are using to create these images. Google prepares a new image agent for their Stitch product or beta, I guess. So better model, canvas, AI newsletter, landing page, export. Nice. Vdoo Q2 is the latest release from Vdoo AI Official. They're doing really, really well on the leaderboard. $4 per minute of 1080p video. Vdoo 2 Pro is $6.10 per minute, slightly cheaper than standard Sora at $6 per minute. Yeah, competition. Keep the prices down. This was really cool. I'm only going to show a piece of this.
Watched Granddad for good luck. Unfortunately, Dane's luck wasn't as good as his old man's. Dane was a Marine.
So, just the redirect of the different backgrounds of this clip. So you make your actor or actress, you puppeteer in front of a camera, and you could just change it with whatever. Really, really cool. WAN 2.2. Purse head. I don't know how to pronounce this, and I'm concerned about their branding. Perceptual head model for single image 3D head reconstruction and editing. This is really cool stuff, I think. Again, we get all of these new tools, these new processes, these new techniques that wind up getting propagating down into newer technologies and newer tools. So good. If you're in this, that's going to help you. Qwen image edit, camera angle control. I don't know if this is going to work on the demo. Whoops. Generate. Oh, error. Yeah, it's not going to work now. But they had a demo of the camera angle control. Qwen image edit, multiple angles. Again, this was just a different prompt to get you different angles on the actual scene. Great for a director. Great for advertising if you need to make changes. VO 3.1 has a camera adjustment feature. This is really cool. So you can say move left, move right, up, down, and you're going to get an adjustment on the camera angle. So you can kind of see what's happening here. This is smart. Love it. I think this is in Flow, Google's Flow. Motion stream, real-time video generation with interactive motion controls. Oh, I showed this one, sorry. Anthropic, signs of introspection in large language models. So your AIs are smarter and more human-like than we thought. Oh, no. They've figured out that there is some an ability for the model to actually think about itself. They're introspecting on themselves to look at abstract concepts. Considering the following text, hi, how are you? And it's all caps vector. Subtract internal activations, injected thought prompt, no detection with a detection. Interesting. Good paper if you're into agentic. Supervised reinforcement learning from expert trajectories to stepwise reasoning. You know how I like looking at academic papers. LLMs often struggle with problems that require multi-step reasoning. For small-scale open source models, reinforcement learning with verifiable rewards fails when correct solutions are rarely sampled even after many attempts, while supervised fine-tuning tends to overfit long demonstrations through rigid token-by-token imitations. What did they figure out here? Another paper I need to read. SRL enables small models to learn challenging problems previously unlearnable by supervised fine-tuning, or RLVR. Nice. So making progress. Deep Agent, a general reasoning agent with scalable tool sets. New important paper on reasoning capabilities of large language models. This is their framework. Good. Moving on. Whisper no longer wears the open weights transcription accuracy crown, with new entrants achieving better artificial analysis world error rate scores. So top open weights performers, NVIDIA's Canary Quen 2.5, Parakeet, Voxtral. So the Whisper, the voice recognition, is now got some serious competition. Or OpenAI's Whisper has more competition. OpenAI announced IndQA, a new benchmark that evaluates how well AI systems understand Indian languages in everyday cultural context. We need this. Very good. Maya Research released Maya 1 is a speech model built for expressive voice generation. Kevin, we were talking about 11 Labs earlier. So this is another tool.
Podcast.
Let's come up with another one here.
You dare challenge me, mortal. How amusing.
So a mythical goddess with crying emotion.
After all we went through to pull him out of that mess.
Sounds a little, weird in there, but again, more tools, the better. And you can run it for free, apparently. New Gemini drops just dropped. Okay, welcome to the world of redundancy. Slides in Canvas, personalized recommendations on Google TV, and more. So they just catch up of their most recent announcements. Update your presentation game in Canvas. That should be fun. Kimi K2 Thinking. They just released we've talked about Kimi K2 that came out a month or so ago. They now have a thinking model, 200 to 300 sequential tool calls without human interference, reasoning coherently across hundreds of steps to solve complex problems. This is very important. And look at these models, agentic reasoning. You're going open source model up against GPT-5. That's outperforming GPT-5. This is at 60, this is at 54. Coding, Anthropic still is the winner here in terms of coding. And this is expensive. But at 61, Kimi K2, this might be again, I'm pretty sure that China's models are catching up, or they are about to surpass what we currently have in the West. So keep an eye on it. Agentic reasoning, humanity's last exam, text only with tools. Kimi K2 is the leader. Beautiful. Absolutely love it. Agentic search tasks. More stuff that we need to pay attention to. And this one's out of China. Congratulations. Kimi, the same group, Kimi CLI is a command line interface for coding, software development. So this competes with the Claude code, the Gemini CLI, the Rue code. What's the other one? Claude, Gemini, Codex. Sorry, I couldn't think of it. They all have one. Kimi Linear. They have another model, expressive attention architecture. So they've added to the transformer model architecture. So nice to see. OpenAI, 1 million business customers, the fastest growing business platform in history. So they are celebrating massively. I would be very, very cautious to any company building on top of OpenAI's models. They are learning about what you do. The same way that Amazon learned that they were selling lots of Duracell and Energizer batteries, so they decided to make their own Amazon branded batteries that would be cheaper than Duracell or Energizer. OpenAI is learning how you use their APIs. Don't discount this. Pay attention to what they're doing. They will eventually pull an Amazon and go after your business. So be aware of it, take advantage of it where you can, and try and create a moat that they won't take. Agent Lightning, can't read. What was this? I forget. Turn your agent into optimizable beast with zero code changes. I forget. Why was this so important to me and to everyone? Agent Lightning keeps the moving parts to a minimum so you can focus on your idea, not the plumbing. Your agent continues to run as usual. You can still use any agent framework you like. You drop in the lightweight helper and let the tracer collect every prompt tool call. This is important. This is actually really important because you're dealing with at the algorithmic level. Huh. Okay. This is for the weekend. I need to take a look at this again. Wow. All right. Anyway, moving on. Anthropic code execution with MCP, building more efficient agents. So if you are into the agent building, this is definitely worth a read to understand how your model interacts with the MCP and MCP clients and servers, and making and writing efficient code. Good. Okay, thanks, Anthropic. Manus, one of the AI platforms. So everyone is constantly asking me, what tool can I use to make my new presentation? Manus is one of them. They just announced that you can upload your own slide template. So I use yellow and red in my templates in my slides. So now it's going to automatically generate to match the brand colors. This has been an issue with most of these AI slide generation tools. Gamma does a pretty good job too. So that's the market leader of AI slide generation. China solves a century-old problem with new analog chip that is 1,000 times faster than high-end NVIDIA GPUs. Again, China's doing really well here. So gotta love it. Competition is good. And we did mention last week Extropic, this thermodynamic computing. So we've got stuff going on. They've got stuff going on. We'll see how this all plays out. I think it's just good for everybody. OpenAI stops giving legal advice, but has it really? OpenAI recently, a few days ago, updated their usage policies. And this made some headlines in a bunch of places. Your use of OpenAI services must follow these usage policies, protect people, and they've provision of tailored advice that requires a license, such as legal or medical advice, without appropriate involvement by a licensed professional. So they're basically saying, no, you can't use their APIs and their tools for those purposes. And everyone's going crazy. So of course, no, ChatGPT hasn't added a ban on giving legal or health advice. But it's not a substitute for professional advice, but it will continue to be a good resource to help people understand legal and health information. So at the same time, you can upload a person's private, health documents and get some assistance and diagnosis. They are trying to be very, very careful of that. Project Suncatcher, exploring space. I think we mentioned this, space-based scalable AI infrastructure. Project Suncatcher. Gen Zero, 10 billion plus foundation model for robots. That's big. We need models to control robots. AI impact drama, Humans in the Loop lands US theatrical release, and Netflix Pact unveils the trailer. I have not seen this yet, but I love the name Humans in the Loop. It's a good timing. Anthropic and Iceland announced one of the world's first national AI education pilots. You know me, I'm all pro AI, and I think that we need to change the way we educate students. I think AI should be required in the classroom. I think teachers should be required to teach AI. I think they should be required to use AI. And I think that the notion that we are asking our students to write papers and we're uploading them into these AI detectors that are 94%, 99% accurate, whatever the accuracy is, the fact that you write a paper and you get accused of using AI, you can't prove your innocence, is morally abhorrent. So I think the only solution is to use AI in the classroom. Another paper, Gen AI is a power persuader, how professionals get persuasion bombed when they attempt to validate large language models. This is from Stephen Rodonzo, who's a friend, and Fabrizio Dell'Acqua and Karim Lakhani, three of my heroes. Love them. Stephen's brilliant, brilliant researcher. So he's the lead author on this. Highly recommend anything he writes. This was part of their the paper and their discussion. The existing literature details how when humans and AI collaborate, validation is a critical practice that enables professionals to interact with AI tools for critical judgments. However, this paper reveals that Gen AI can act as a power persuader, disrupting professionals' ability to validate generative AI. So Gen AI does not simply respond to scrutiny, it actively persuades professionals to accept its answers, often redirecting their judgment. So warning, you give AI the controls, they're going to crash the plane. So we need to make sure that we're careful with this. I do believe this paper was done using GPT-4, so it's ancient in terms of its study, but the information is still valid today. Don't give everything over to the AI. Snowflake, anybody who's in the enterprise here, Snowflake Intelligence, all your knowledge, one trusted enterprise agent. So they created this Snowflake Intelligence, an enterprise intelligence agent that puts insight at every user's fingertips. It enables every employee to answer questions, no matter how simple or complex in natural language. This, to me, competes with Elastic's latest agentic AI offering. Elastic makes the Elasticsearch one of the most powerful open source search systems. They have their own platform, so you can host on their stuff. They have their own agentic intelligence. So I think Snowflake's just is primarily competing with them at this point. This is a really interesting one. Jensen warns China's going to win the AI race. So just play along, folks. Yep. Half the world's AI researchers are in China. Yeah, okay, the other half are here. The problem is they've got the energy. We have the compute, but their system is better. And yeah, China is only nanoseconds behind America. I completely agree with that. Cursor, my favorite AI coding assistant IDE, improving agentic with semantic search. Returning the right answer requires building an understanding of the code base. This is fantastic. Their new composer model, I've played with it briefly. It's very fast. I have not yet gotten to the point where I'm like, oh, this is so much better than like using Claude. But yeah, I'm just getting better at this. The ability for the AI to understand your code is helpful. This new robot, Iron Robot. What could go wrong with a robot named Iron? There was speculation that there was a person on the inside, so they shot this video of the robot walking around. So without a person in it. It's like, that looks like a human. No, it doesn't. Anyway. Google Maps navigation gets a powerful boost with Gemini. Awesome. Thank you. And it was so important that Sundar mentioned it. 11 Labs hosted LLMs in their agents platform. So this is really useful. GLM 4.5, Quen 3, and they're comparing it to state-of-the-art LLMs. So top tier reasoning accuracy and tool calling on 11 Labs. Article from the Wall Street Journal. AI really is coming for the jobs. We've been talking about this for 2 years now. Yeah. Okay, good. At least it's there on the Wall Street Journal. Thank you. Windows on Theory, thoughts by non-economists on AI and economics. This was a long article on, I'm just going to I haven't read this yet, but I need to. I feel like this might be put into the last unit of my course for folks to read about how AI is going to affect the workforce. Making talk cheap generative AI and labor market signaling. Yep, always important. Pay attention to how AI is affecting the workforce. Was there a graph in here? I feel like there was a nice chart somewhere. Matching process, bidding opens, bidding closes, contract ends. Yeah, I forget. Anyway, moving on, almost done. IBM augmented work for an automated AI-driven world. Another report from IBM that expresses how AI is going to be affecting the workforce. Make sure to put this into the Zoom chat too. This is worthy of everyone reading. And then to round it up, where we are with the tech layoffs, Amazon last month, 14,000, and this month so far, we're 6 days in and we've got 2,500 layoffs. So we'll see how it goes. That, my friends, is what I have to present for you tonight. I'm going to stop the recording. Again, please do connect with me on LinkedIn and whatnot. Follow me on Substack, and I will take my class, and I will see you all next week. And some of you I'll see in class on Tuesday. And if you're in my class this semester, please remember, peer learning on Saturday or Sunday, we're going to be doing the Tongle case study, one of my favorites. All right, I'll see you soon.
Hey,
When we
Todd.
stop recording, please stick around for overtime.
Yep.
Hold on.